Hello, Facebook. How is everybody? Happy Friday. Hope you've all had a beautiful week. I'm just going to wait to see if anyone jumps on. Oh, I'm just looking out the window and seriously, Queensland winters, you just can't beat them. It is stunning out there. So beautiful. Crazy hair, I need to chop it. I think I'm just going to get some scissors and go whack it off. Alright, so if you're jumping on, make sure you say hello and give me a love heart. Say hi, little love heart, and tell me one thing you are grateful for today. And also, if you are catching the replay, make sure that you hashtag replay in the comments so that I know who is getting to see this message, because that is important to me. I like to know who is getting the goods. Alright, my love, so I'm going to get stuck in fear of rejection. So this is a topic that comes up. So when I get people to join my, when people ask to join my Love Unleashed group, my sacred space, my sacred sisterhood space, there is a question in there about what their biggest struggle is with when it comes to finding love. And quite a few have made the comment of fear of rejection, which, you know, is tied in with not feeling good enough and not feeling worthy, etc. So I just wanted to touch on that a little bit today, this afternoon, moving into the weekend. I'm sure some of you are heading out to hopefully meet your man or woman, whichever you're looking for, or wanting to call in. Hey, Gid, how you going? And for anyone who's maybe in a relationship as well and has this kind of fear of rejection coming up with your partner, it can definitely come up in a relationship as well. What up? Oh, you know, just doing my thing. What up with you? Loving your vibe, brother. Right, so fear of rejection. Where's it come from? Putting it simply and straight to the point, it's ego, my love. Ego, ego, ego. So the ego's job is to keep you safe. That's all it is designed to do. And what happens is we have experiences in our lives that a trauma or some kind of experience that creates that lands on us at a cellular level, and creates this emotion that can often get stuck in your body, that can then creep back in at later times when, hi Jenna, you're going out into similar situations. And so what happens is your body or your mind, your ego, recalls an experience that has happened to you. Maybe the experience wasn't desirable. So for example, you approached a guy or a girl, they rejected you, it made you feel a certain way, then you connect that feeling with that experience, and that lands in your body and gets implanted in your body at a cellular level. And then what happens is when you actually go out into a similar situation, you think about, so your mind thinks about the situation, which actually creates that feeling in your body again. It connects back to that feeling, and that's where the fear comes in, and the ego goes, no, don't do it, you're going to get hurt again. And that's where you stop yourself or prevent yourself from pushing forward. So I have 100% experienced this in my life, definitely with an ex-partner, my first love, who rejected me a lot with sex. At the time, I didn't realize he was cheating on me, but he was choosing to watch porn and masturbate over having sex with me. So I would try and have sex with him, and that was purely, you know, his conscience not, you know, showing up in a way that he couldn't actually connect with me anymore because he was cheating on me and creating distrust in the relationship. Fucker, exactly. So that prevented him from opening up to me. But as I didn't know what was happening, all I got was rejection. So anytime I approached him to make love and have sex with him, he turned me down. And then I took that as a personal rejection, and it kind of landed on me and created this experience, and like it landed on me on a cellular level, and I never actually worked through and processed that. So then later on, when I moved into other relationships, I was carrying that through. No worries, good. Thanks for being here. I was carrying that energy and that baggage through into my next relationships. So that would show up, and became too afraid to approach my partner to have sex. So I would always sit back and wait for them to approach me for sex, and then I would have sex, because I was so afraid of being rejected. And when I finally got around to processing and understanding, like when I found out that he was cheating on me and all that kind of stuff, and then later, way later in life, and I went deep and I processed what had happened and got to that place of knowing that, you know what, it wasn't about me, it was about this entire situation and circumstance that was going on, that I was finally able to release it and let it go. And now I have no problems with with approaching my partner for sex, or not, you know, worrying about being rejected. But I've completely lost my train of thought, but we'll go back to what the topic is about. Is that, so this fear of rejection is purely ego trying to keep you safe, based on past experiences that you may have happened to you, or you know, you've been rejected in the past, things that have happened that have created this fear within your body. And fear at the end of the day is purely ego trying to keep you safe, when we forget that we are love. All we are is love. And if you can actually connect back to that and that knowing, then you can actually override that fear and step into love, and, you know, approaching situations and asking for what you want, and not being afraid. So some tips on how to actually overcome the fear is to, one, really connect back to yourself and go, okay, so what can I use for an example? So you're afraid of, you see a guy that you would really, really, really like to ask out, or you've got an attraction with, and you'd really like to approach him, but you are afraid of approaching him because he may reject you. In that moment, you can tap in and go, okay, so what is the worst thing that can actually happen in this situation? The guy can say no. Okay, so why is that a bad thing? Why is that not okay? Why does he not have the right to say no? If it was reversed, would you say no? Like that kind of thing. And connecting back in with that. And then also asking yourself the question, okay, if he says no, why does it have to mean anything about me? Maybe he just isn't attracted to me. Why is that not okay? That is okay. We're not attracted to everybody. But preventing yourself from putting yourself out there because you're afraid of someone saying no to you purely limits you, purely prevents you and stops you from living to a certain extent, and putting yourself out there and just going after something that you actually really want that could be amazing, because you're too afraid of a no. No's in life are normal. No's in life are always going to happen. And the times that we actually really start hurting ourselves is the times that we prevent ourselves from putting ourselves out there because we're too afraid of that. So if there is an area in your life, what else could there be? Like if you're wanting to sign up for something, maybe you want to go dancing, but you're too afraid of not being good enough or something like that, just stop and ask yourself, tap into that and go, what's my truth? What does it matter if I'm not as good as such and such, or I'm not, if I'm a little bit unco? Does it really matter? Is it something that you really want to do? And if it is, override that fear by really connecting into the truth of who you are and going, okay, at the end of the day, how is this really going to impact my life if I do get rejected or am a little bit uncoordinated, or is it going to actually make me a less of a person? Why would this kind of situation or experience affect my self in any way? Why would I allow it to do that? I feel like I'm rambling a little bit. I'm trying to get out. I'm getting really hot. I'm just going to open the window. Oh no, I'm going to put the fan on actually. Hi Ruth, how you going? Okay, so topping it all off, I'm just gonna like move myself a little bit, is, hi Tanya, rejection is okay. Rejection is normal. You are okay. You are good enough. If the fear of rejection is coming up for you, ensure that you are tapping into your truth, asking yourself that question, who am I? Am I okay? Am I lovable? Yes. Am I enough? Yes. Am I deserving? Yes, of course, because you are all of those things. If someone says no to me, then that just means that there's something better for me. It's all about the way that you choose to look at it. It can either be, and this is the thing, nothing is happening to you. Everything is happening for you. So every single no that you may possibly get is an opportunity for a yes from something better. Yes, that's what I was trying to get to through this whole thing. Is that every opportunity every situation that is a no for you is because there's something better coming for you. And that is the beauty of rejection. Rejection is beautiful because it is giving you something better. It is creating space for something better. And that is how you can tap in, asking yourself, really connecting with yourself. Am I worthy of love? Am I deserving of love? Who am I? Like asking yourself these questions and then just put yourself out there. Just do it. And if someone says no with all your being, that it's not about you. Absolutely not. Exactly, Ruth. One door closes, another one opens. It's not about you. It simply means that universe, source, God, whatever it is that you want to call it, has something better in store for you. Something much better in store for you. And that by this person or this experience, this rejection happening, means that it's creating space for what is right for you to come in. Something incredible. Whatever is destined to be yours will come into you. Yeah. The fear is just ego. It's just ego trying to keep you safe, and we can be so grateful for that because it is needed. It is 100% needed. But what happens is we often allow this ego and this fear to actually penetrate into areas of our lives where it does not serve us. It doesn't serve us. And that's where it becomes really destructive and not a serving and not a positive thing, because it actually affects us from experiencing things in our lives that we were actually destined to experience and we need. And putting ourselves out there and living life to our fullest because we are so afraid of something, so afraid of getting hurt, of being rejected, of, whatever it is. Being hurt is probably the biggest thing that it actually stops us from. Sorry, hubby just rang. Not hubby, partner, lover. I just cut him off. So really connect with that and ask yourself, like this weekend, if you're going out, if you're wanting, I challenge you to face a fear this weekend. Just face something. something that's possibly been coming up for you that you're thinking like, oh, I really want to do that. I want to experience that, but I'm too afraid. I challenge you this weekend to step into it, to just try it. If it's not something that's actually deserving of your fear, like if it's, you know, gonna hurt you in some way, like physically, or put your life in danger or whatever, that's one thing. But if it's simply a fear of I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, then I want you to face off with that this weekend and challenge it and push through that fear. Because on the other side of fear, guess what? It's love. And the good stuff. The good stuff. And imagine if you had the balls to walk up to that guy and ask him out, and he said yes, and he turned out to be the one. But imagine if you'd allowed your fear of being rejected to prevent you from doing that, and you missed out. I had an experience actually when I lived in Cairns, and I always had fear of rejection massively, and I was like, right, I'm going to face it head on. And there was this guy that used to run past my work all the time. And I really, really liked him. I was like, oh, he's really hot. God, I wish I had the guts to ask him out. And we were sitting there having a glass of wine after work one night, and he walked past, and I went, fuck it. It's now. It's now or never. And I chased after him, running like a weirdo. And I asked him out. I said, hey, I've noticed you running past a few times, and I was wondering if you would like to go on a date or have a drink with me sometime. And he said yes. Woo. That was the best feeling, because I overcame that fear. I faced it head on, and from there it was just like, boom, it's go time. So when you start actually facing that shit and actually start working through it and going, I'm not going to allow this to stop me anymore, and you do it once, that builds confidence. Yay for confidence. And you'll be more likely to try it again and keep moving forward, etc., etc., etc. So this weekend, face the fear. And I want you to tell me what it is. Pop it in the comments and tell me what you're facing off with this weekend. What can I face off with this weekend? What fears do I currently have? I'm not sure, but I'm going to have a think about it and get back to you. I'll put mine in the comments as well. But yeah, face off with something this weekend, my loves. Put yourself out there. Trust that everything that you get and receive is exactly as it's meant to be. The universe only provides you experiences that you are ready for. And just have faith and have fun. If someone says no, it doesn't have to mean anything bad about you. And it doesn't mean anything bad about you. But have the balls. Find the gonads to put yourself out there. Actually, find the vagina to put yourself out there, because vaginas are freaking amazing and strong and powerful. And just put yourself out there. Ask the question. Ask someone out. Face the fear head on and see what comes back. If it's a no, go, cool, I put it out there. If it's a no, if it's something that you've been afraid of and it's a no, fucking pat yourself on the back and just be like, oh my God, I totally faced a fear. That's incredible. Yes. And if it's a yes, then wow, cool. That's amazing. Go for it. And you'll just want to do it again. Yeah, it's time to stop. Stop this fear from impacting your life too much. So much. All right, my loves. So also, just on the FYI at the end, if any of you are watching and would love to be part of my sacred Love Unleashed group space, sisterhood, it's incredible, it's beautiful, it's juicy, and I share exclusive content in there for the women who are a part of it, then I will pop a link below for you to join the group. And also I am running a free masterclass, like Thursday the 16th of August. We're in August, and we're going to be debunking the 3 reasons why you are still single and keep attracting the wrong guys into your life. So if you would like to join that, there is a link in the top part of this that you can click through and secure your spot. It's going to be a juicy little class, and yeah, I can't wait to share it with you and all that goodness. All right, my loves, I apologize for the little ramble at the beginning. It took me a little bit to find my groove, but we got there in the end. Hope it all made sense. Fear is just your ego trying to keep you safe. If it's not a life-threatening situation, you do not need that fear and that protection. So face it head on, go for it. Remember that a no is just an opportunity for an even better yes to come in. And it's not right, it's not yours, and then that's okay. It's not your experience, and that's a beautiful blessing because there's something better coming along. But preventing ourselves from doing the things because we're afraid is where we start limiting ourselves and not living our lives to our full potential. So start facing those fears. Start small, but start doing it. Choose one thing that you're going to face this weekend. Pop it in the comments so I know what's going on. Let me know how you go, or if you're too uncomfortable with that, shoot me a PM. I love hearing this stuff. And yeah, have a beautiful weekend. Thanks for being here. I love you all so, so much. Mwah! See you soon.